Despite the economy posting strong growth figures for the fourth quarter of 2010, with GDP rising 4.4%, the employment bugbear is still on everyone's lips.
The biggest crisis that many economies are facing, and that's partly also related to South Africa, is that job creation has been rather slow. So one of the major concerns with many countries is that although we're recovering from the recession, we're not creating the scale of jobs we'd like to create. And this raises a lot of questions about what you do.
Half the jobs created in the upswing were lost in the down cycle. And since the beginning of 2010, when growth started picking up, the economy added a measly 46,000 jobs by the third quarter. While the private sector is key to sustain job creation, its share of total employment is falling, not rising.
The real important things are structural. It is things like an education system, skills development, human capital formation, which is solid and sound. Also infrastructure, which is actually getting attention right now. And I think the human skills development is actually getting, at least in principle now, much more attention than previously. But to carry that through and to get things running, that is the trick.
Another tough pill to swallow is escalating petrol prices, which are expected to rise again next month. They've gained by almost R1 a litre since the beginning of the year.
The strong exchange rate of the rand, however, is moderating that. The general position in the economy of not being at full capacity is also helpful in moderating inflation. And I think generally people don't see inflation running away. I think they are quite mindful that we are quite serious with this 3 to 6% inflation target.
Inflation is currently contained at 3.7%, but will it move out of the 3 to 6% target band by the end of the year?
On the current, I think, sets of information in front of us, no. But the Monetary Policy Committee will, of course, be deliberating over the next few days, and the scenarios in front of them might actually, some of them, imply divergences of inflation in various ways.
Another piece of good news, the trade account deficit narrowed to its lowest level in 7 years in the fourth quarter of 2010 as mining and vehicle exports rose.
What we would love to see is, of course, a revamp of fixed capital formation, fixed investment spending. Now that tends to have quite a big import component, and so strangely enough, no success will actually be if we start importing more capital goods. The trade account perhaps again shows greater deficits on account of that, or smaller surpluses, and in that process we build the economy.
This year marks the 90th anniversary celebration of the South African Reserve Bank, and it's also the start of deliberations for the Monetary Policy Committee. The market now waits to see how Governor Jill Marcus and her committee members will interpret these facts, given the developments unfolding in tsunami-stricken Japan, as well as North Africa and the Middle East, which have only heightened uncertainty about the recovery.